Hi everybody, it is me, Andrew. If you are familiar with me, then you know who I am. Hello. If you just clicked this video because Doreen Virtue's name is in the title and you've never seen me before, hello. My name is Andrew. I am a psychic medium, tarot card reader, unicorn lover, sparkle person who is behind Andrew's angel readings. So hello. Welcome to my channel. I'm super excited that you are here. So you can probably guess from the title that we are talking about Doreen Virtue today. And it was actually funny because I wasn't going to make this video. I have been really thinking about making another Doreen Virtue video because I have two videos already. I have my initial reaction to her conversion. I have my final farewell video to her and her work. And both of those videos are my most watched videos on my channel with I believe 8,000 to 9,000 views each. So apparently people wanted to hear that story. So I wasn't going to make this video, and then she put out her A to Z list, and I was like, well, fuck, now I have to make the video because I was going to, and then I lost track of time and didn't do it, and I was like, oh, it's fine. I guess, the universe was just like, you don't have to make it. And then that list came out and I was like, fuck, now I've got to make this video. So first, the reason I wanted to make this video in the first place is because I was a part of a group on Facebook. And it was a group about card reading, advertising a card reading course. And every other post was about Doreen Virtue. And my thing is, I'm sick of her, right? I'm sick of seeing her face. I blocked her channel on YouTube. I was sick of getting her videos coming up and recommended for me. I'm like, YouTube, do you know me? I don't think you know me. So I've disassociated myself with her. I unfollowed her on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, unsubscribed from her newsletter. I could give two fucks. But people in this group kept talking about it, and I was like, oh my god, guys, it's very cut and dry. So the first little bit of this video, I'm going to be telling you exactly what to do if you feel are her courses still valid? Are the cards still working? We're going to talk about it, believe me. So, okay. The answer to the question is yes to all of the above. If you have certifications by her, I have, count them, 8 certifications by Doreen Virtue, and each one of them are still incredibly valid. The material is incredibly accurate, and it is still valid for me. I can still advertise that certificate because I did the work to get that certificate, okay? I worked my ass off to be certified in past life healing, in angel card reading, advanced angel card reading, crystal healing, chakra healing, fairyology, realm reading. I worked hard to get all these certificates. So crystal reader, whatever, all of it. So, and I'm proud of the work I did. The information is still valid. Everything is still valid. Her card decks are still honestly amazing. I love her oracle cards. I love her tarot cards. I have app versions. I have the physical decks. I have every single deck she has ever done. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Multiple copies of some. I love her decks, and I still use them in readings that I do with clients because they're still accurate. Just because she went off the fucking deep end doesn't mean that her work isn't still valid. If you're worried about her tarot decks, like the Angel Tarot and Archangel Power Tarot and all that kind of stuff, buy the one with just Bradley Valentine's name on it. Ta-da! Problem solved. Same deck, her name's not on it. It'll make you feel better. It'll give you warm fuzzies, and we support Bradley Valentine. So, do it. If that's what your spirit is telling you to do. If that'll make you feel better. But we also have to get to the point where we realize that we can't change her conversion, and she sure as shit is not coming back anytime soon, and I don't want her to. The other side can have her. It's fine. But the thing that really, honestly really pisses me off about her conversion is this. And it's the same thing that happens when every time someone becomes a Christian, they want to convert everybody around them. And when you're a teacher like Doreen Virtue and you have hundreds of thousands of people that love your work, and I think she still has over 100,000 people that follow her on Instagram. I don't know why. But people still follow her. And she was using her influence to essentially bully people into becoming Christians. She made a Facebook group called New Agers to Christianity or something like that. I forgot what the name of it was. But it really, really, really aggravated me because at that point, the conversion that person has is not genuine. They're doing it because Doreen Virtue told them to. Because they hang on every word that Doreen Virtue says. So if Doreen Virtue says, let's go jump off a cliff and swim with sharks, they'll be like, that sounds amazing. And that's not cool. And it's not cool of her to do that. And that was really messed up. And the fact that she continues to just do this bullying, to be completely honest, to get people over to her side is harrowing, and it's scary, and it's horrible. Because if someone converts to a new religion, it should be genuine. You should feel in your heart that this religion represents you, and that you represent this religion, and that you are okay with this religion. Because that's a big thing. Whether you're leaving the church or whether you're going to the church, it is a big step. And you need to make sure that you are doing it not because you're scared, not because someone said that if you don't, you're going to go to hell, not because the teacher told you to. It needs to be a genuine conversion. Because if it's not a genuine conversion, you're going to end up even more scared, you're going to end up even more desperate, and you're going to end up not knowing what the hell is going on. Because you're not going to identify with the principles that are taught in that religion. And then when you come back to the spirituality or the world of spirituality, you're going to be even more confused, and you're going to have even more guilt associated with what you believe. And you should never ever convert to any religion or out of a religion because you feel guilty. I'm going to have something to drink because I'm like, you should never ever ever let guilt be the primary force behind making big life changes or converting into something that's totally different from what you've ever experienced. And that's what I really like. I'm going to try and keep this as much about Doreen Virtue as possible, but that's my big issue with Christianity, is that there's so much guilt associated with it that you get people who tell you, oh, I love you, but I just wish you would change, or love the sinner and hate the sin. That's total and complete shit. Total and complete shit. Because if Jesus came down right now, no Christian on earth right now would recognize him. And I don't think he'd want to be associated with them either, if we're going to talk about it. Snap. But when it comes to Doreen Virtue, I believe a lot was going on that led to her conversion. I believe she wasn't a very grounded person. She wasn't truly grounded in her beliefs. And people got to her, and her husband was showing her videos of like near-death experiences on YouTube, because those are legit and you can really verify those, which led to like helping her convert and like all this kind of stuff. And the whole thing is just ridiculously stupid. But like I said, let her do her thing, but don't feel like you have to follow in her footsteps if you don't identify with it, because you're going to do more harm to yourself than good. And if you get nothing else out of this video, please get that. Do not convert, do not change religions because you feel guilty because some crackpot said that you need to convert. That's the equivalent of looking at a naked person with cardboard around their neck running around the street saying that doomsday is coming, and going and buying out the whole grocery store, and because you're scared, and then it doesn't come, and then you're broke, but you have a bunch of cans of tomato soup, so you're good to go. It's useless. It's not going to work. It's not going to stick. You're not going to have those genuine, authentic experiences. Now, I will say that I believe all religions are one, that all religions are the same. And it's the spirit in those religions that gives you those authentic experiences. So, someone in the Pentecostal church who is receiving the gift of speaking in tongues, that's the same spirit that the Buddhist monks what's the word, that they meet and that they work with when they're meditating and when they're transcending and when they are truly connecting to the source of all that is. It just behooves, not behooves, that's the wrong word. It bewilders me. Behooves means something totally different. It bewilders me that people are so just blocked in and think that their way is the right way. So her work, her books and her decks and her courses, if you can still find them, are valid. They are valid. And to be completely honest, if you want to be certified in reading angel tarot cards, Radley Valentine has a certified angel tarot reader course that does not mention Doreen Virtue at all. At all. Like, none. So, if you want to really, really, really get the nitty gritty of it, and this is not an advertisement, I don't make money off of it, that's a great option. Like, there's a lot going on, and then I believe the Fairy Tarot is coming out with just Radley's name on it. So, if it makes you feel better to buy just those decks, then buy them. Support Radley. And if Radley, if you're watching this, hi Radley, love you. But that's really, really what's going on. Like, I'm gonna preach on it. Don't switch religions because someone told you to, and because you feel bad. And your decks are still gonna work. They're not gonna, tell you to go run out in front of a train or jump off an airplane. They still work. The energy behind the deck is still the same. The courses that you still have access to are still valid and will work. The certificates you got are still valid. The information that you learned is still valid. The information in her books is still valid. I still reference her books. To be completely honest, I do. It's very important that you realize that fact. So, and just now that you know that, you can disassociate from her and move the fuck on. Stop dwelling on her. Stop it. Stop thinking, oh, but she's a Christian now. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. Move on. Go over there. Leave her over here. Go over there and just do what you do. Do what you do. It's fine. You can use her products and disassociate yourself from her and her beliefs. So don't think that it's one and the same. You're not supporting her beliefs by using the Mermaid and Dolphins, the magical Mermaid and Dolphins oracle cards. So you're fine. But now we're going to talk about this list that Doreen Virtue made. This hot-ass mess of a list that she made about New Age practices to stay away from. So it was actually really funny when I saw it, and I think everybody that saw it originally was having trouble getting the website to load. And I thought she had taken it down, but I guess she just can't afford to have a really running website anymore because... but the website was down, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to read this list. Like, I just have to know. Like, it's this kind of like torment of like wanting to see but just wanting to see what bullshit she spouts. You know what I mean? It's kind of like reading Donald Trump's tweets. It's just, it's going to be random bullshit. It's going to be stupid, but it's like, why not? But I finally got the list to load, and I was going through the whole list, and I was just like, are we serious? So this whole list, I'm going to preface this section of the video by saying the whole list had two sources. The Bible, which is a channeled text, say what you want, but that's what it is. And it finds validity in itself. It says this is the Word of God. That sounds legit. That's like Donald Trump saying he's an amazing person and that he's highly qualified to be president. Of course you're going to say that. You're talking about yourself. You know what I mean? So like, one source is channeled and gives itself its credibility. So that's awesome. And then one is a website that I'm not even going to name because I don't want anyone to go to it because I don't want them to get hits. And the whole fucking thing is a hack, is like a copy and paste hack job. Like, she says Harry Potter leads people to demons and witchcraft because it's seemingly innocent but isn't. She says pictures of unicorns are bad and you should pray for guidance about having a picture of a fucking unicorn in your house. Like, what? Like, what? But I will say this. I actually found a really cool picture of a Lisa Frank art style of Baphomet, and got in touch with the artist of that, and it's just really cool. We hit it off really well, but that just made me really happy. Like, so thank you, Doreen Virtue, for that, because I got a Prezi. But unicorns. What else? UFOs, stuff about aliens. Not to believe in aliens because God's the only thing that matters. She said when we talked about unicorns that the glittery and light-filled unicorns are a distraction or a substitute for the light of Jesus or some random shit. And I was like, are we serious right now? Like, am I really reading this? Like, is this really something? Like, am I being punked right now? Let's see, what else did she talk about? Mindfulness, affirmations, oracle cards, tarot cards. Just everything. Like, it's absolutely crazy because you look at this, and I actually have the list up right now, so I can find some more things. Let's see. I didn't even listen to this. Listen to this. If this list offends or upsets you, it's likely because the demons which have been oppressing you are offended and upset. They want to keep controlling you and don't want you to turn to Jesus. The devil is called the accuser in the Bible because he constantly points angry fingers towards you and others. If you're filled with guilt, fear, or anger, that's the devil's doing. Pray for God's help, and he will help you. And then she gives you a prayer before she goes into this random bullshit of, angel numbers. We should not be looking at angel numbers because we need to go directly to God. Let's see. Astrology, obviously, I don't like astrology. Can't look at A Course in Miracles. Crystals, obviously, you don't want to use crystals. Divination in general. Let's see. Feng Shui, you can't do Feng Shui. The Flower of Life is bad. Oh, listen to what she says about goddesses. Listen to this. Women who have had bad experiences with men and or organized religion may actively avoid Christianity because they see it as patriarchal or misogynist. It is. They turn to female deities to quench our natural desire to commune with God. The trouble with goddesses, though, is that they're really demons or our imagination. Communing with demons is spiritually dangerous because they give harmful guidance and lead us away from salvation. This is also another example of how New Age borrows from multicultural spirituality. Harry Potter, I'll read exactly what she said. These seemingly innocent novels introduce children and adults to witchcraft and make it sound harmless and inviting. Whether the author intended it or not, reading or watching Harry Potter is advocating of a practice that the Bible says is detestable to God. Because I'm going to go out and find a stick on a fucking tree and go up and, say Avada Kedavra to some bullshit. Because that's going to fucking work. It's just stupid. It's just ridiculous. And the thing that really just aggravates me and the thing that really pisses me off is that she made this list, like I said, copy and paste hack job. For the law of attraction, she gives you a definition of what it is and then gives you a fucking article from this fucking website about the law of attraction. This is not original material. It's not like she put a lot of work or thought into this. She copy and pasted because she's trying to appease a Christian audience that really doesn't want to have anything to fucking do with her because they see that she was reading tarot cards. They see that she was making cards. They still see her as that flighty, hoity-toity, angel, crystal-loving hippie, and she's trying to appease an audience that does not want her. Because she left the audience that loved her and went to this whole other audience that she's having to convince now that she's the real deal. Why else would you make a list like this? And then she's like, share it to share the gospel. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, oh, I'm sorry, it actually does make perfect sense, because it's exactly like I said. She's trying to appease to new audiences and appear to new audiences and make money from new audiences, because, her big mouth apparently got her fired from Hay House. So, like, and then she said it was persecution. No, it was because you're being a dick. Like, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. It's the way that article and that blog post is written is, it is so patronizing and it is so condescending. It is so like it's like she's looking down her nose at us. And what better way to get someone to convert to Christianity than to look down your nose at them and tell them they're going to hell, and that if they get mad about something that it's just the devil? What better fucking cop-out is that? Oh, you're not mad because this whole article is a piece of bullshit. You're not mad because I just copy and paste it from a random website. You're not mad about that. You're mad because the demons are telling you that it's a bad thing to read this because it's about Jesus. Like, that's not at all what it is, Doreen. We're mad because you're being stupid. We're mad because you're being a dick to people, because you're trying to fearmonger and tell people that if they don't like what you do and if they don't like what you say, that they're demon possessed and are going to go to fucking hell. Like, that's why we're mad. So don't call this persecution. Don't say, oh, you're being persecuted for Christ. No, you're being a dick and you're being called out for it. And then let's not even talk about all the other allegations that are going on with fraud and all that kind of stuff, because I'm not even trying to get into all that. But you, Doreen, need to get your shit together. And if you're going to appease the Christian audiences, stop doing this shit. Go preach. Go be something Jesus-y. Just leave well enough alone. Because you do shit like this to stir the pot and to get your name out there. Because if everybody's talking about you, then you're guaranteed to be found by Christian people, and we're not trying to do all that. And then when you read the comments, it's like, thank you, Sister Doreen, for sharing this. Like, she says that the practice of tapping is of the devil. Unicorns, we talked about that. Universalism is bad. Saying universe is bad. Fucking vision boards are of the devil. Like, I mean, zodiac signs. And she's a Taurus, so once she believes something, you ain't gonna get her to move unless she fucking wants to. And it's just so, like, it's just so ridiculous when you look at this, because it's like, I was the first person when she converted to say, I wish you well. Like, I hope that you have genuine experiences. I hope that you find what you're looking for, and I release you. I release you to whatever you want to do. I'm keeping your work. I'm taking no more of it, and you can leave. You can go. And she keeps doing shit like this. So if you feel like this, if you feel angry, it's not because there's demons in you. It's because you have every right to be angry, because she's looking down her nose at us. She's telling us that we're not as good as she is, and she's saying that Jesus saved her, and so that gives her the ability to be a bitch to all of us. And I'm sorry if that sounds harsh. I honestly am. But that's what this article is. And it's this insane thing that Christians do. They have this condescending way of saying, oh, I'm doing this out of love. I'm doing this out of love. No, you're not doing this out of love. You're doing this because you want to inflate your ego and appear great to God. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. She's trying to atone for all of her past sins by coming up with this bullshit and copy and pasting from a fucking website. Like, that's what she's doing. So if that article made you mad or offended you or made you upset because you followed her and you loved her, then that's fine. You can be upset, but be upset for the right reasons. Don't feel like you're having to, like, go down this rabbit hole of converting to Christianity. Say, you know what? She's crazy now. Let her go. Let her go. And you can write her name on a piece of paper and burn it. You can burn a picture of her, whatever you want to do. You can do voodoo. I don't care. Let her go. Because she has gone off the fucking deep end. And right now she's trying to appeal to a different audience, and an audience that is probably still wants nothing to do with her. All she has is Stephen Barcans, which is, he's just horrible in and of himself. He was gay and now he's not gay anymore because that's a thing. So I feel sorry for him. He's probably got a lot going on in his mind. But then he converted from New Age to Christianity. So he became a straight Christian in the matter of 15 minutes with a prayer. So that's phenomenal. And she's associating with him, and she has actually said that she wishes her gay friends and that gay people would turn to Jesus. So don't think that just because she started going to an Episcopalian church at first, that she's all for gay people. No, she loves the sinner but hates the sin now. So that you can't even use that. She has nothing going for her. She has nothing going for her right now. She has nothing in her eyes that are redeemable qualities to me, and it is detestable what she is doing and how she is going about it. It is horrible when a teacher uses their influence to make people feel like shit and to make people feel guilty because they're not following that religion. I can tell you, I was a part of Christianity for a very long time. I was studying to be a pastor. I know what they do. They disguise their condescension and their hatred, and honestly, to be completely honest, their nosiness and their pride by saying, I'm doing this out of love. No, you're doing it because you want to feel better about yourself. You're doing it because you want other people to see it. You're doing it because you want to get in with God. That's why you're doing it. You're doing it to reap the rewards of God. And so that when you, figuratively, because it isn't really going to happen, when you stand before his throne on Judgment Day, he'll look at all the sins and then he'll say, but you know what? You wrote an article about the A to Z things for New Agers to avoid. That's good. That's good shit right there, Doreen. You did that. You did that good. So take everything she says now with not even a grain of salt because it's not even worth it. She has gone so far. She's gone left. I don't know what she's doing. She's done. She's canceled. We'll use cancel culture. She's canceled. I highly advocate unfollowing her, unsubscribing from her email list. People, I guess, are still following her and don't even know that they're following her. Unfollow her on Facebook, unfollow her on Twitter, unfollow her on Instagram, unsubscribe from her emails, because we don't want to support this. It's horrible and it's detestable and it's grotesque the way that she is going about this. And I'm not even going to say I wish her the best, because I don't. Because she is being so disgusting and horrible with how she's doing this. And so I cannot stop saying the word condescending, because I know what it's like when someone's like, oh, I'm telling you this because I love you. No, you're telling me this because the church beats fear into you every Sunday, and if you don't give him 10%, if you don't give God 10% of your income that he doesn't even need because he owns the universe, then something bad is going to happen to you. So fuck that list and fuck her, to be completely honest. It's time to just get rid of her altogether and let her go. But I have some really interesting news for all of you. I made my own A to Z list of things to avoid, and it's amazing. And it's half satire and it's actually half true. And people have been loving it, and I've only posted it like an hour ago. I will include that in the link in the description below. If you love my energy and you want to work with me, the link to get a reading from me is going to be below as well. And if you want to comment on that post, tell me what you think. Comment in the comments here and tell me what's going on. Tell me what you're feeling. Tell me how you're feeling about the whole Doreen Virtue situation. Is she canceled to you, or are you still working through some of those issues? I'm going to include my first two videos in the description below, so you can see those. I'll include those chronologically, so the first one I made and then the second one I made. And I apologize. I'm not even going to apologize. I know some of this video sounded really brash and really like zoned in and like targeted towards her, because it is, because I'm sick of it. And I'm not going to apologize for my feelings. I'm a Cancer. I have a lot of feelings. I'm also a Taurus rising, so I will stick to my feelings. And I'm an Aquarius moon, so I'm not going to be emotional about it. I'm telling you exactly how it is. That's just how it is. Cut and dry. Boom. So if you thought it was brash, good, because it's supposed to be. And I hope that if you are having a difficult time with her conversion, that you know, take care of yourself. You can watch these videos for how I got through it. I could care less about it now. I just wanted to make a video to address that stupid list that she did. I'm not gonna link the list. I'm not gonna talk about the website. You can find it yourself. I'll link my list below because it's a lot better than hers. And I will see you guys in my next video. I don't even know what it's going to be about, but you know. So yeah, like I said, if you want to get a reading, you can click the link below. If you want to work with me, you can follow me on Instagram at Tarot with Andrew. I also have another Instagram that I made for just memes, and it's Britney Spears memes, and it's spirituality, but it's SPEAR ituality. But you'll find that on my Instagram when you see that. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. And just comment, like, share the video, give me a thumbs up, let me know what's going on. And if you leave hateful comments, I'll block your ass. Thank you so much. Sending you so much love and light. Bye, guys.